Okay, let's look at constructing a sign diagram for f prime and f double prime. First, I would find the sign diagram for this. I mean, for the f prime and the f double prime, and then we'll probably discuss why we actually do a sign diagram. Now, this is pretty straightforward. So the f prime is 3x squared minus 3. And this is 3, x squared minus 1, and then we set it to 0. We always set this to 0, and solve it carefully. You get this, and the key is to place this these critical values. Okay. Now what do we do now? Actually, we just want to know the sign of when you the sign before and after -1 and 1 respectively, and we don't really care any values in between. So what we do now is we take a calculator. I'll whip out mine. Okay, do this. Let me show you this. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this calculator and enter a value that's slightly smaller than -1, say negative 1.1. Is that fair? Alright, and I'm going to square it. Oh, actually I should times 3. Okay, and minus 1 minus 3. Actually, because of this is the function f prime function, and we don't really care about the value, but the sign of this value is positive, so means that we know then we take, get this back, so it's positive. Alright, and you repeat the thing again and again until you're done. So we can scroll back and pick a value in between -1 and 1. I'll pick 0 because it's the easiest function, the value that I can think of. So the sign is important. It's -3, so negative. So here you put negative, and I would skip forward, because if you do the same thing again, you pick a value greater than 1, you substitute this back into this f prime, you get positive. So here is it, your sign diagram for f prime. So you better label it sign diagram of f prime. Alright, that's my suggestion, so that you don't get confused every time. Now you can keep doing sign diagram again and again like this, and it's pretty simple. Now let's talk briefly why we want to do a sign diagram. Now if you graph this function, right, it's going to look a little bit like this. I don't entirely sure, but something like this. Okay, it's going to look something like this. This is x. I'm not too sure about here. Actually, well, it's from the textbook. Let me check. Okay, something like this. Okay, let me go back to the presentation. So it's actually somewhere here. This is wrong. Actually, it should be like this. Okay, so this is a function. The graph of the function, something like this. Now, anyway, so here this is actually 1, -1. Here we get 1. Now if you look carefully, why the sign diagram is a very powerful tool is that before -1, you see, if I graph, do any the tangent line, the tangent line would actually slanting up always. So I know the sign of the slope of all the tangents before -1 always going to be positive. And look carefully at it between -1 and 1. If I do any tangent, all the tangents will be negative slope, will have negative slope. And then after 1, right here, you see all the tangents after -1 to the curve will be positive. And that's why just looking at the sign diagram, I can kind of guess the shape of the diagram of the function. So that's why it is very, very useful in our study.